Texas people.
We're back.
We are back like we never left.
Yeah.
We are back like we never left.
Another episode. I think we're on 10.
We are. We are really moving and sifting through this season.
Yeah. Fall's here. Still hot, but fall's here.
I like the fall. I don't like the winter though. And I don't like these, oh Lord, by the time I get off work, it's going to be dark outside.
Yeah.
Oh Lord. But hey, another evolution of another season.
Yeah.
Another solstice.
Don't know when we're ending, but you'll know when we know.
Right. The way that we've showed up this season,
Ooh.
like I feel like it's just been a season, well, outside of my life as well, just of pivoting and adjusting.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a lot of adjusting and pivoting in this season. And we literally have recorded in times where we probably should have not recorded.
oh yes.
We should have stayed home.
Oh yes. But by the grace, we one thing a motherfucker can't say about it, like we have discipline. We make it happen.
Yeah.
And I think we make it look really good. Cause like you said, it's some
I would have been missing a couple weeks if we had not recorded the times where we shouldn't have been recording.
It cut short the season. We stopped it at 5 episodes. You see,
Yeah, we would have been done a long time ago.
Oh goodness. So have you been since we reconvened the last time? I don't even know if that's the right word to use. I think that one. How have you been since the last time I seen you?
Yeah, I'm good. Been working. I told you I picked up the hospital 5 days last week. 5 days.
Girl. Oh my good. You sure did, because I was sitting around on Saturday and I was like, oh, I know who I can hit up who'll be ready to go in a quick freaking New York minute. Garrett said she was headed to work. I was like, I don't like this Asia.
It's just the 1 week out the month. I think I'm gonna do it like the same thing 1 week every month. Work 5 days, not in a row. I don't work them in a row, but work 5 days in a week, 1 day every month.
Okay. Seems like a lot.
It makes.
Gotta do.
Yeah.
Because I'm about to,
Time is money, and if 5 days gets me,
what you need,
what I need, why not do it?
Because I'm about to, I'm gonna go ahead and sell.
Do what you got to do, because at this point, I might do the same thing.
Thank you for your blessing. Because I'm not playing for real.
Yeah. I mean, hey, it's and it's not for me the economy. Like I know it's affecting a lot of people, but for me, I'm just mentally drained. And I think everything that I have going on is now starting to hit me. So I feel like I have to make smarter decisions about what makes me the money the quickest. And so I think I always pivot like this. I always do that when it comes to my jobs. Like, okay, well, this week, this ain't making me enough money. Get rid of that so I can go where the money is.
Right.
So I think that's kind of where I am. But, next month it might be something different. You never know.
That's true. Such is life.
Yeah.
Such is life. I'm at a point where I'm trying not to let the things, because things have been on the up and up. And also it's like I'm getting triggered on things or just dealing with things that I thought I had overcome, whatever. I'm just trying, like, at this point to really not pivot and try to deflect from things, but I'm trying not to make like this evolution of me just taking it to the next level. Like, I don't want it to become a chore.
Yeah.
I'd be so hard on myself. And I'd be like, dang, girl, you're doing really good. But I'm like, to me, good is not good. This is like where it's always, and I'm
We're
like,
not mediocre.
Right. And I'm not celebrating. I'm not giving myself a chance to even celebrate the small victories.
Yeah.
And then, so it's like, I'm just trying not to, let the evolution of Toya, the Toya 2.0, the next level Toya, don't let it become a chore. Like, put it down sometimes or rest or, you know what I'm saying? Just, I don't know. But I'm still working on it. So,
yes, we all are.
It's draining.
I think I'm ready for a vacation.
Oh, my God.
I just need some, especially, I really get like this in the fall and winter because I actually don't like the fall because it's before winter. Like,
Gotcha.
Fall is just, guilty by association.
Gotcha.
But I also don't like pumpkin spice. I don't want to smell
Right.
apple cinnamon this and pumpkin spice that,
Right.
and I don't want none of that.
You don't like pumpkins?
No, give me my summer back.
Do you like any of the fall activities?
Like,
Pumpkin patch, Halloween parties. Um, I want to go to a Halloween party.
okay.
Would you like to like get dressed up and go to a Halloween party?
I could probably count twice how many times I've dressed up to go to a Halloween party, and it probably all was during college.
So that's not your thing.
It's not my thing.
I don't know why I feel like because I turned into a what is it, a Kermit, a hermit, or what?
Yeah, I'm a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so we'll see
I'm
you spring.
hibernate. Yeah, literally. I do like scary stuff. So I don't necessarily celebrate Halloween, but I love like scary movies
Yeah.
and like everything around Halloween. But other than that, if it was in the summertime, it would be 10 times better.
I know, right? Like, it's a fuck. I gotta put a jacket over my costume.
Yeah, it's like it's cold outside and I gotta put a coat on.
I
This
don't
don't go with my outfit.
exactly.
But yeah, I used to go to the corn maze.
Is that where they run through the thing with the chainsaw? Okay, I went there once. Very underwhelmed. I was like, is this it? Get this shit out my fucking face.
So we were because we lost my baby sister in there. Yeah, we was like, bitch, move. We gotta find my sister. But then at the end, this was when Texas Chainsaw first came out. They turned them chainsaws on, and all we knew was to run. We didn't know where the exit was. We just ran, and we ended up on the outside of the corn maze. But yeah,
I would like to go to a haunted house.
is it real haunted or is it like?
No,
We
like
made
niggas
it, like-
jumping out at you.
Yeah. I'm still scared, but I would go.
Me too. Like I'm
Yeah.
scared too, but I'm like I know I won't die,
Yeah,
and I know somebody's gonna hop at me. I don't know when, so I can do that.
yeah.
But if it's like, here lies in this room, this is where she died, and
I don't do spirits and ghosts and things. I had this conversation with my crew member actually today, because there's a couple hotels that we stay in that are actually haunted. Like, ain't no joke about it. Like, you can go on Google right now, look up the hotel. The first thing that comes up is like number 10.
Why do y'all
in the
stay
most.
there?
That's my question. That's what I asked. I'm like, if y'all want to, be ghost hunters in your free time, you should do that in your free time. Don't subject the rest of us to have to stay there.
I be in there, man, all the oil, hold it.
No, girl, it's in my bag. It's on the doorknobs, on the door frame.
I think
like,
you told me
oh,
that. Like,
what?
and you saw something weird or felt something weird before. Like you felt. See, that's why I don't.
And one that was not considered like the known haunted hotel. Yeah, we was there. It's an old train station. And when I walked in, it was Christmas time, and they had this really big, pretty tree in the lobby. And I was like, oh my God, it's so pretty. It reminds me of like Home Alone or like Christmas time. And because I don't really care for Christmas time, but it's by association. It's really not because anything to me.
Wait, why don't you care about Christmas?
Because somebody used to love Christmas, and now I don't like that person, so now I don't like Christmas. So that's why I said it's by default. But it was really pretty because they had the really big tree in the lobby. And when they sent us to our rooms, you ever seen Titanic?
Mm-hmm.
You know when they hit the button on the elevator, that ding that it makes?
Yeah.
That's how the elevator sound where we were.
Okay,
and I was like, ooh, okay, this is giving me vibes. Go to the room, brass door handles. Doors don't stay, like you close the door, it don't stay closed. It swings back open. So in this particular room, I slept with the nightstand, the lamp on. When I woke up the next morning, it wasn't on. So there's that.
Baby.
And I always go in the room and say, hey, I'm just here for one night. I'm not here to bother you. If this is your space, I'm just here for a short time.
Who are you saying that to?
Whoever lives in that room. But yeah, we have very known. There's one that used to be a mental hospital. Yeah.
Bless you.
Yeah.
I'm not okay.
I mean, you can look it up. It's like, a whole team pulled their players out of there because the spirit was actually bothering the players. Yeah.
Girl, bye. I'm not dealing with no shit. I can't deal with stuff like that.
Yeah, they had so we have where we like on call 6 days out of the month, and 3 of my days they had sent me. That was my layover, and I looked on the schedule, and it was like 4 in the morning, and you asked Fred, I was freaking out. I was literally about to go spend money on my own hotel room because I wasn't going there. He looked it up. He was like, oh no, bitch, like these pictures from the lobby. Yeah, this probably some real shit. First thing you go on Google and say is number 10 in the most haunted hotels in America.
What city or state was this in?
Oklahoma.
Oh, hell, and we don't even be out there like that. What the fuck? Nah, you're not gonna. Oh, child.
Yeah, I know my limits. I don't
Oh,
frequent those places. Everybody, there's a couple that everybody, when you mention haunted hotels, they name them right off the bat. Like everybody knows them. It's
you're saying
28,000 flight attendants, and everybody knows the haunted hotels. And some people are like, oh, I never been bothered. So okay, cool.
See, because that spirit probably already in you. You probably one of the demons. I
don't go nowhere I'm not wanted.
Exactly. Like, tell me to get. You know, black folks shit. If we see a water bug in our house, we leaving that motherfucker.
You can
so
have
let me
pay the rent, mortgage, whatever. Bye. I'm out.
I'm not dealing with it.
I'm out.
You went to sleep with the light on, and you woke up and
It was off.
well, I would have calmly walked my ass clean on up out there.
And so I asked one of my classmates who's from that city, and he was like, yeah, it's known to be haunted. I was like, oh, okay. That's good to know.
Oh, Jesus, be a fence. Well, I don't have, I didn't chime into our strawberry letters this week because I saw something on the Insta of Graham that alarmed me. And I was like, oh, this is a little juicy. So I was like, went on the page some more. I was like, oh, okay, this page is a little juicy. So I just kind of like wanted to read what they have and maybe we can just, kind of share our thoughts on it. Okay. So this is my throwaway account because she know my main account. My son is 5. About 2 days ago, we were out shopping and ran into a high school friend of hers. She was catching up when she told her friend that we had a son. When the friend asked his name, my wife hesitated and I told her. She had a strange look on her face, then said, "You mean like your ex-boyfriend?" Our son's name is very unique to the point that I've never met another person with the same name. Now she refuses to talk to me about it. I feel betrayed and disgusted with her. It's like a switch was flipped. It's like a switch was flipped in my mind, and I just can't look at her the same way. So basically, my wife named our son after her first love, and I had no idea. Damn, nigga. Bruh, come. How would you feel about your husband? You guys had your child, and he was just adamant on naming your daughter's name. And you come to find out when y'all in the grocery store that he named y'all's daughter after his first love. Let's talk it out because I'm let's thoughts.
I mean, yes, it's not right. But we got bigger fish to fry. Like we got other things that we can worry about in life. Like really, like we gonna put in a legal name change. What are you're not gonna do anything. So move on. You're not gonna do anything about it.
How about I fucking resent you?
Well, why you gonna be miserable?
But why not tell like that? That's like, okay, it's not a deal breaker or divorce or anything like that. But that's like, why not just tell the person? Because this was the name of my first love or something. Like I wouldn't care about that if I'm pregnant or we coming up with like girl names. So they'd be like, oh, I had an ex-girlfriend whose name is, and if it was nice, I'd be like, okay.
Okay, so it's only because he did it behind your, like, he
right.
didn't tell you what a name came
right,
from?
And then when we seen the bitch in the grocery store who asked what's the son's name, why you refuse to tell him, like, what's the gatekeeping? What's the secrets? What's the...
Well, I feel like most people wouldn't be okay if you came and told me that I want to name my child after a previous person. So I can see why he wouldn't say that.
But he didn't know, though. Like, he had to find out through somebody
But why
else.
she wouldn't say that, I mean.
Right.
I can see why she wouldn't say it because most people are not okay with it. But, okay, the deed is done. The child's name is the child's name. Are you going to legally change the name? If you're not going to do anything about it. Like, why are we crying over spilled milk? Like, you're not going to do anything about it. You're going to resent somebody forever?
No, I ain't going to resent them forever, but I'm like, that's going to be something to talk. Like,
Okay,
I need to feel my feelings.
But my thing is, what is the end point? What is the end goal? What is the solution? What are we trying to get to?
I'll just go
by
fuck
having
my
a con-
first love, and then we'll just do that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, you find out the name is the name of an ex. What is the end goal? What are we trying to accomplish? What like
Well,
we're just gonna be arguing for the sake of arguing?
Well, it's no argument because, like you said, the damage is done. Just let me feel my damn feelings.
You can feel your feelings.
Right, and I know that, but I'm just saying, like, I need to see because it's just a conversation. Like, what's going on in your mind?
Yeah,
And then it's like,
she was my first love. I mean, it's self-explanatory.
but then it's like that's something so minor.
Yeah,
it's something so minor and so insignificant to the big picture of things.
Yeah,
but it's still like, okay, like what, like, are you like, sometimes it's not the thing, it's the principle. It's the principality of situations. So like, so is this something that you may be not saying that
are you harboring some feelings, or do you wish you had stayed with her? Like, or she named the son after her ex.
I think it's more ego now.
Right.
Now that we're talking, yeah. She named the son after her first love. Yes.
Okay, so this is a boy. She named him after her first love. Didn't tell her husband in the grocery store, "Oh, this is my ex, such and such," and you realize your son got the same name.
No, like, hey, okay, boom, you and your husband are in the grocery store. I come up and see you. Oh, Asia, what's the baby's name? You don't tell me the baby name. Your husband tells me the baby name. I'm like, oh, Asia, you named him after your ex-boyfriend?
Oh, so this is a random person. It's not the ex-boyfriend.
No, this is not the ex-boyfriend. This is a friend.
Okay, first we gonna get back to the friend. Why you let the cat out the bag?
Yeah, why, bitch? Because why would you say that?
I'm thinking it's the ex they ran into.
No.
You ran into a random person.
No, you ran into, yeah,
I mean, your friend, but
clearly,
ain't related to the name.
Correct.
And you opened your mouth.
Yeah.
Girl, shut up. Because you petty. You messy.
You are messy.
Because why you didn't call me like, girl, you named him after you?
Yeah.
Like, why you say that in front of my husband?
Exactly.
Yeah, you petty.
I would have had to whoop her ass.
In the grocery store?
Yeah, bitch, you trying to fuck my life up. You trying to fuck my marriage up.
And so then when you go home, now you got to have a conversation about why you named your son after your ex.
I'm going to say, y'all don't know how to lie. I'm like, that's not the name of my ex-boyfriend. I'm like, girl, what you talking about? No, that's,
Yeah, I wouldn't personally do that, but I just feel like we got bigger fish to fry than worry about the child's name being named after somebody.
I just wish he would have said something.
She
would have said something.
I could see him asking like, well, is this my baby? Like, is this his baby? I could see him saying something like that. Then we got problems.
Usually you name somebody, okay, they're a junior, or you trying to pay some type of homage, or you really admire that person.
What if he died? What if the ex died?
Fuck that nigga. I mean, when it comes to you naming my child, like, ooh, okay, I'm sorry. That's you and that's your path and whatever, but like still. If you name somebody after your child, you have deep admiration for them.
I mean, yeah. What if he died and they were still together?
But what if he didn't die? What if that nigga is in South Memphis somewhere and they're like, oh, I got the same name? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it definitely would bring up the question: is this his baby or?
So, circling it back to you, so you just wouldn't have a problem with it at all.
I'm not gonna say I wouldn't have a problem. So I can't. If I'm trying to put myself in the shoes, but it's the woman that did it. So I'm trying to like put myself in that position.
Is it like one of those things where you really like somebody and then you find out like they got a small tattoo of an ex name that they...
Yeah, but you usually find that out pretty early.
Would you make it? Would you prefer that he get it covered up?
Yeah. Yeah. You would?
Before we even got together, you would. Before I even commit to you, it needs to be.
Oh, okay.
You need to put a cross or something over that.
Cross. A ladybug. A butterfly.
Hey, and where my name gonna go?
See, I don't want nobody to put my name on them.
Okay. I can see that.
I'm all right. I'm okay. You don't have to put my name.
Would you get matching tattoos with your partner?
Maybe.
And it's like not a name, like just something matching or something that complements.
Maybe.
Let's just get a picture drawn.
I don't know.
These days, sheesh.
I think if I got my matching tattoo with Fred first, then I might would have the conversation with somebody that I'm with to get a matching tattoo, because it's kind of like I already did it with my best friend.
It's different though.
It is different, but I also don't have any tattoos. So I think that if I was to go do that one,
Oh.
I would probably have to have the conversation of getting a matching tattoo. If they were adamant about, like, I really want us to get matching tattoos, then I would have to have it. But if they didn't care, then probably
We
not.
would have to be in the bond. We'd have to be in the bond about 10 years before that happened.
And then, too, your matching tattoo could just be a matching tattoo and not have meaning behind it. So me and Fred are looking for tattoos that have a meaning. Like, we were thinking
Right.
about getting the coordinates of UT Knox, because that's where we met. That has meaning. You know what I'm saying? But if it's just a matching tattoo that don't have a significance to both of you, then it's just a tattoo at that point. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, but it's like you'll always look at that and be
you
like,
remember
hey.
I got it with him? No.
Oh, you don't? Okay, that's how it was.
I can check out. I can cut it off. I can do a lot.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if it had significance to the, like, whatever the wording was or whatever it said, then yeah, I would think about that person. But if we just went and got let's say we just went and got tattoos at the same time because we got tattoos at the same time. And when you out of my life, so is that memory. Like,
oh, that's good. I would be slitting my damn
girl,
wrist
please.
to get that.
One thing I learned is
Teach a master class, Asia. Please teach
when
me.
I am done,
You are done.
I am done.
Okay, I have one more. So, whatever. Here we go. I recently confessed to my husband that y'all motherfuckers, y'all confess some. Okay. I recently confessed to my husband that I was talking to someone for the past year. It was nothing physical. We just talked and he would tell me things my husband stopped telling me years ago. For example, you're pretty. I miss you. I can't wait to see you. Even though it never got physical, we both started having feelings for each other. I finally put a stop to it because I came to my senses. Nah, you was ready to fuck that nigga. I finally put it to a stop because I came to my senses and I told my husband everything. My husband is upset and hurt. I explained to him that I missed him telling me the things that my undercover friend would tell me. We've been married 22 years, and he told me that he'd have to think about what he wants because he doesn't think he can stay with me. I know what I did is wrong, but it's not like I cheated. Why would he throw away 22 years of marriage? I think we owe it to each other to work on this marriage. Pound, sad wife.
Well,
My God.
do I think it's worth getting divorced over? No. To say you didn't cheat, yes, you did. If
Definitely
that's his
did.
definition of cheating, you cheated.
Definitely did.
You emotionally connected with somebody else. That's usually how women cheat before they have sex.
And it took you a year to come to your motherfucking senses?
Yeah.
You did that
So
because
you
she was about to
cheated.
fuck that nigga.
Well, whether you didn't or did or thought about it or not, you still cheated because you emotionally connected with somebody else. That's everybody knows that women will emotionally connect before they actually have sex with somebody. So at that point, you're cheating. I think if a man emotionally connects with somebody else, he's still cheating whether they had sex or not. So you have to define what your idea of cheating is in your relationship. And obviously your husband thinks that cheating is you having an emotional connection with somebody else. Now, do I think that he should realize too that, you know, I don't tell my wife she's pretty, or I don't, you know, like, and they should work on it? Yes, because I said it's not grounds for divorce. Like, you know, you being dramatic. But we also have to point the finger at her, like, you started this emotional connection with somebody else, whether you was lacking in your relationship or not. I don't care how many times you had the conversation with your husband, you still cheated.
You did, and I think it's the deception behind it. Like,
Yeah.
you did it for a whole year, and I'm like, now, you know, it's so shit like this. I understand him saying I need to see what I want to do, because you did it for a year. Now you're coming back to me, and now you want to work through stuff. You've had your fun for a year. Granted, I may have missed the mark on, you know, affirming you on some things, but now you want me to get over it and fight for our marriage when you stepped out and you had an emotional connection and you got gratification elsewhere. Now you want a trophy for literally telling me what you did, cutting it off, and now you want to work through the marriage. Like, I'm not saying necessarily get a divorce, but I'm like, she's kind of downplaying kind of like what she did.
Well, obviously,
definitely
because she
watering
doesn't
down.
consider it cheating, whereas
You
he
did
does.
something behind my back.
Yeah, but if she don't consider it cheating, I see why she has the conversation like she's having it. And if he does consider it cheating, then he's gonna have, you know, his qualms about it the way he's having it. Like you said, it's not grounds for divorce, but it is grounds for we need to fix this relationship. It ain't no, like, you being dramatic if you trying to, like, break up a 22-year marriage because she got told she was pretty and I miss you by somebody else when you wasn't doing it. That's you playing the victim. Like,
The
yes,
man is
she's
playing the
wrong.
victim.
They both are wrong in the situation. Don't get me wrong. There's two wrongs, right? But two wrongs don't make a right.
Right.
So what I say is, yes, you do need to work on the marriage. You can't say, oh, you didn't tell me for a year, so then we'll need to work on the marriage. Yes, you do. You do. You still did. You still, didn't do what you did to get her. You stopped. You got complacent.
And then why did he stop? Why did he stop affirming her and stuff like that? Because nigga,
You
what
think
you
he was cheating?
What
No,
who you telling?
I just think men get complacent. They just get, well, I got her. I mean, some men are like that. I got her. I don't need to do nothing else
That's
to keep her.
oh, that's scary.
I tell people from the jump street, let me tell you something right now.
Okay.
What you doing now, you better make sure you can sustain it for however long you plan on being with me. Because it better not change.
Or else what?
I'm out. Bye. Why you think you gonna pull out all the stops? You doing picnics and dates every Friday and buying gifts, and you think that it's gonna stop? Yeah, no.
But in a marriage,
don't settle, Toya.
I'm not settling. But you told this nigga to stop being dramatic, and they need to work it out.
Yes, but I'm saying he
stopped doing what he needed
to bring
to do.
his A game. That's what I'm saying. You stopped doing what I'm sure, and maybe you didn't do that to get her. Whatever y'all situation is, we don't know the backstory. But for me and my house, if you out here buying gifts and you're courting me and you're really dating me on the front end, you better not ever stop. You better level up every time.
Correct.
We ain't going backwards.
Not going backwards.
And we all know I don't like complacency. That's why I got 3 jobs now. Like, no, we ain't, no. I don't do mediocre. I'm sorry. And I'm telling people that on the front end. When we dating, I'm telling you, if you're going to be doing all this, make sure that you can keep up with yourself because somebody else can.
Okay. Show you better than I could tell you. Walk past your ass like I never knew you.
I do it all the time. Sorry to this man.
I'm sorry to this man. I don't know this man. Oh Lord, y'all. Whew. Every day I have to fight for my seat in heaven. Just,
maybe that's why I'm single now.
No, I don't think that no, that's not.
No, so I was talking to my coworker, same coworker we talk about ghosts, but I talk about all my coworkers. We talk about ghosts, but anyways, she was she's pretty much going through a nasty divorce. But she ended up meeting somebody while she's going through her divorce. And for a year, they were like, we just friends. She said he's not her type. He's not even that attracted to her. That man started pulling all the stops. He would tell her, I ain't doing this. I'm going 50-50. I ain't buying this. I ain't doing it. When I tell you that man do all of that now. Everything he said he wasn't going to do, he do it.
So what does that mean?
That don't settle. That you don't need them. And if they want you, they coming for you. He buys gifts. He bought her a car for her birthday. They only been together a year.
Okay.
He bought her a car. And I'm not saying that, every man should be buying you a car. What I'm saying is if these are your standards, keep your standards. Don't let a man tell you what they're not going to do. Move on to the next one. Okay. If they don't feel like they're going to come up to your level of standards, there's somebody else out there that will. It's the definition of when he won't do it, the next one will.
Hallelujah.
Now, if those aren't your standards, if you okay with, not, getting certain things or going 50-50 with a man, then that's your prerogative.
Right.
But if that's not, don't be like, well, shit, now it ain't a whole bunch of men out here, so I got to take my...
No,
you don't.
No.
No, you don't.
Oh, no. That is worse than... Settling is worse than... Oh, my goodness. It's way worse than being alone.
Yeah.
You be so...
This has been my motto for a very long time. When I used to work at State Farm, I would have these women calling, couldn't pay their bills. They married. Couldn't pay their car note or their car insurance. I used to say all the time, I can do bad by myself. And I get, couples may fall on hard times, whatever may be going on in the household. That's one thing. But I'm not going to take a step back from what I'm already doing for myself to be with a man.
Oh, yeah, no.
And, people be like, if you calling me materialistic, why you ain't coming up here with no materials? Move on to the next bitch. You ain't.
That's it. Like, find somebody who's on your program. Stop trying to change people. Stop trying to make motherfuckers come up to where you are. Stop going down to where they are to meet them in the middle. Yep. Find somebody who is on your program.
Yeah, because they only got this the things that guys our age are saying now with this whole what you bring to the table and we paying 50-50,
Ooh, girl,
but you gonna cook for me and you gonna have my kids, but we going 50-50 on the bill. They only doing that because people have allowed them to do that dumb shit. I don't allow that.
What you bring to the table? I will never understand that as many times. I think we talked about it. I will never. I don't even want to try to understand the ideology behind the thought of why some men would say that.
Because they've been allowed to do that. They done got sassy out here. They've been allowed to say this dumb shit, and women been going for it. And if that's your prerogative, that's your prerogative. Since I'm single, so you obviously doing better than me if you going 50-50 with a man. I mean, in your eyes.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say
I'm doing better by myself than going 50-50.
Right.
But I'm saying if that's what you want and you got a man, then that's on you, boo. I love going into my house with ain't a soul there. Because I'm the one that pay the bills there.
If that makes you happy.
That makes you happy. Look, what we say, if you like it, I love it.
You like it, I love it. Just don't force it. Just don't force it.
Do you, boo-boo?
Oh, my God.
But I think we should take a break.
Me too, because they put a nasty taste in my mouth. Yes, let's take a break.
So I had asked Toya, why every time we get a strawberry letter or anything, that it's always the woman doing wrong.
And my response was, we can balance out the thing, because sometimes bitches be wrong.
They do.
And we are an equal opportunity employer. We do not discriminate. We get an understanding on things that are often misunderstood. And women, we be
fucking up.
Dang.
But the thing about it, women are sneaky. Like the whole naming your baby after your ex without telling you sneaky. But I recall a time when Kevin Hart did a stand up and he called his friend on the phone on the Bluetooth, and he was like, "Wasn't I at such and such?" And the friend like, "No." And he like, "Nigga, help me." Your friend blew it. Like,
do you think your friends would catch on like that really quickly?
Mine?
Yeah,
absolutely. They wouldn't have said a word.
Bitch, what's all my? I think
clearly that wasn't her friend.
Yeah. Oh no, for sure.
That wasn't her friend.
Matter of fact, I wouldn't even say an acquaintance. I would probably say an enemy.
I mean, because why would you say that?
Hey, Nanho. She hates. She a hater.
Hey, Nanho.
She a hater. Because y'all bitch need to be more, like you said, women aren't sneaky. You didn't have your ex-boyfriend. I'm like, what are you talking about? I didn't name him.
Me, I'm the type of person that I ain't even finna go there. If I get outed, I'm be like, yeah. Like, I can't even be like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm not finna keep up the lie.
Girl.
Like, I'm gonna go ahead and be like, yeah, like, first of all, I'm gonna check you after the fact, girl. I'm gonna check you. But after you outed me, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I really like the name, and, he was my college boyfriend, and, he had a very major role in me now finding I'm finna flip the script. Like, me now finding my amazing husband, and I'm flipping the script. Like, I'm not going like, girl, what are you talking about? I'm not gonna act dumb.
You can pull up a picture and say, I'm talking about this ex. I'm like, I don't know what you are talking about. I'm just head check. You got me fucking, girl. You not finna fuck my girl. Who? My ex? I don't know what you. Girl. You remember the high school? Y'all were all over the.
That's the thing, because they're gonna keep going. See,
You gotta,
I'm gonna have to flip it. I'm gonna have to be like, yeah. I mean, like, he made me a little bit of who I am, and he made me realize that this man who I'm with now is the perfect man for me. Like, I'm flipping it. I'm flipping it immediately.
Well, Okay. I see. I'm too emotional for that.
I ain't playing dumb.
I either gotta go left or I can't think on my feet like that. So
yeah.
would you say that you're sneaky?
I can be.
Of course, you're
If
a
I
woman.
want to. If I want to, I can be. I don't usually want to. I don't got no reason to lie to nobody.
My girl, the other day, her ex-husband has a new fiance, and I love that. We all love it for him because he's a piece of shit, and to me, the woman is as well. But there's a lid for every garbage can. Well, clearly this bitch is as crazy as the ex-husband is, so we had to find some information out on her because come to find out, I don't know if I can. Matter of fact, okay, let me see how I'm gonna flip this. Come to find out, pretty much, okay, I can flip it on me. Come to find out, she was like, bruh, she dropped it in a group chat. You know, basically, we need to turn into social media investigators and find out some information. Bitch, I popped my fucking knuckles and I was so happy to fucking do that, bitch. By the end, by nightfall, we all came together. The crew came together. We put our information. It was a FaceTime. It was so many, like we found the information. So yeah, sneaky investigators, all that stuff like that. Like I feel like niggas, y'all know that. So like why?
So this is him asking y'all to find the information on her?
No, she asking us to find information
Oh,
about
good. Now you're proving that women.
Yeah, we can find some stuff.
I don't think being FBI makes you sneaky.
Yeah, it kind of is.
If it's out there on the internet, it's easy to be found. It ain't,
I mean, but you know,
sneaky.
you gotta go through this, do this. Sometimes you gotta look at comments from 2016.
But that's not sneaky.
It's not sneaky, but it's a little deceptive because we're trying to use this information to fuck somebody over.
When I say sneaky, I mean like we have a way with words.
Okay.
Like I can't say this. I just giving too much information.
Yeah,
but that's not what I mean when I mean
because you know
sneaky.
I got fucked up. One of my dating contenders, like the podcast, messed me up.
Yeah, so I'm not gonna give too much information because I want us women to still hold our, you know. But that's definitely not what I mean. Yes, women can be FBI, absolutely, but that is definitely not what I mean when I say that women can be sneaky.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And these niggas know too.
They know.
And I think it's just one of our things. Just like niggas, y'all are not sneaky. Y'all are very, you know.
Your brain doesn't go in multiple different directions at the same time like women do.
I don't know, these niggas these days.
They getting smart.
I don't think they getting smart. Yeah, let me come back to that. Let me table that. I wouldn't say smart, but they, they don't have to be sneaky because these women, they accepting so much these days.
Now, that's true.
You don't have to do anything. You don't have to, and well, you know, when we say provide and protect, we're talking about mentally, spiritually, physically, financially, that they always think about, I don't know, us being gold diggers or taking away from the money that they don't have.
I'm like, what it'd be the main ones who don't got no money complaining about going 50-50. Like that's why you want to go 50-50.
And I can't drill this enough. You don't want to take care of expenses. You want me to take care of expenses. Before I came, you were taking care of it all yourself.
Yeah.
And then you want me to come in the picture and pay half of those. Like, now that's like, is that, I would like to know, and men chime in, he, she, they, other, whatever you identify as. If you identify as the, I don't even want to confine to gender roles anymore, but some damn body help me understand. Is it the control that makes you feel validated, or like what is that? What is that? I want to know because I don't understand it. So
I think that
you just want to be in control of something. Is that what you want to lead?
I think that there are men, those ones that usually go, and say that I believe that we should split everything down the middle, including rent, groceries, blah, 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 blah. I think those men, I don't think it's a control thing. I think it's more of like they've gotten on this bandwagon of, why do I feel like I'm giving a lot more? But the problem is when you give it to the wrong person, you're not going to get anything in return.
Right.
So complete aside from the 50-50, I just had this conversation with Fred. I said, we have friendships and we're people who give our last, right? We will do everything for everybody. We make sure everybody's taken care of. We make sure things are paid for, when, hey, let me take that off your plate. Like, those are the type of friends we are. Right. And I said, we have friends that are not like that in return. I said, so it's not to say change your personality. It's to say that if it's draining you, don't do that for that friend. Gotcha. Because you're not being reciprocated. Gotcha. So you don't do things conditionally to get things in return. You do things because it's the kindness of your heart, right? But if you're not getting something in return, you're realizing that it's now draining you, then it's time to stop. So men that are going 50-50, it's like you feel like you're not getting anything in return. So now it's like, oh, well, I'm going to make us split the rent down the middle because you're not dating the right woman that's giving you anything in return. Because I guarantee you, when you take care of a woman, you're going to get taken care of 10 times more. Because if she ain't got to worry about going to work to pay half the bills, she got a whole lot extra things to be worried about, and that's taking care of you. And that's, whether she wants to, and maybe she doesn't cook. Maybe she's a kept woman and she hires a maid. I bet you still gonna eat. Or hires a chef. You still gonna eat.
Okay.
That's all you got to be worried about.
Okay, so so it's the they don't want to be taken advantage of.
Yeah.
It seems like they're putting more into the pot than. But it's like, why are we trying to balance the scales and not? It's like, okay, and I guess it is gender. Some gender roles I still confine to.
I agree.
Like, it's like, okay, she's not putting in money in this area, but she's putting in stuff in this area, and that makes the pot
exactly
overflow with blessings.
Exactly.
But you want me to be co-head. You want me to be a porn star, a nurse, a therapist, a friend, a chef. Am I missing anything? A maid. And then that will make you feel like I have some value to you.
Even that still doesn't, because it's like you still want me to pay half the bills.
You want your motherfucking mama to do that shit?
That'd be another thing.
Boy, they mamas do it. And some of these mamas be over sexualizing their relationship with the sons. And that's why they grow up to feel like, I need to pop my titty out for you for every single thing. And I need to love you unconditionally coming in on the front end and all this other stuff like that. Because since we talking about, we have kind of, harped on the women. And ladies, we love y'all too, but we got to do accountability sometimes. Y'all need to, the little mama boy thing that y'all do, look.
Well, I think it's sad to say this, but sometimes single women treat their sons like their spouse. Mm-hmm. And they do everything for them. They don't teach them how to, be a contributing male to society and for him to move on to somebody that he's going to be with. They treat them like they're the spouse.
And literally nobody, and don't get at the age where, you know what I'm saying, they start dating, or when they get old, ain't nobody good for my baby. No, I need to see who this is. Girl, fuck you, girl.
Yeah.
And I'm going to tell you bitches something. You better, because I've dealt with a mama's boy before. Bitch, you better treat me nice, because I can make it to where you don't see this nigga.
Don't say that.
Well, I mean, if you were able to persuade the nigga, I'm just saying, mama can do some things that that the woman can't, and the woman can do some things that the mama can't. And if you got a weak ass mama's boy who's able to be infiltrated by all your bullshit,
it does.
You met the queen cobra.
Yeah, it does happen, but it's just like,
see that you'll be happy.
We like. And I get it. I'm a nurturing person. I'm not even a mom. Like, a lot of people say I have very like mom tendencies and stuff like that. So I get it. But I also believe in everybody doing what they're supposed to do. Like, my brother was, like, I remember telling him one time he wanted his damn pancakes cut up. He might have been like 9 years old. And I looked at him and I said, if you don't cut them yourself, guess who's not going to eat them? Like, we're not doing that, And I get, like, I don't get it because I didn't have a child. But it's more like we need to teach our sons when their dad's not in the household to be more manly than we do. I don't think that that's happening. I think that they're babying them because, oh, it's my boy, and he's a mama's boy and he loves me, and because you do everything for him. Y'all be cuddling and sleeping with him and stuff like that. and that's okay. Love these men for, because I've met too many men. But they still need both sides. They need you to love them. They need you to like nurture them and be tender with them. They need that because the woman is supposed to do it for them too, but they also need to know how to be a man. Exactly. Like, this generation doesn't even know how to be a man. They 10 years old sleeping in your bed and you got on boy shorts and shit like that and all that. And they little binky get hard and stuff like that. Or that you walking around these little niggas naked and shit and all. I mean, not naked, but man, please let them put their ass in football, let their ass get hit a little bit, because what you are doing is putting them in a position to deal with some of the niggas that are out here on the market. And it's trash. Hug them, love them, make space for black men, let them feel their emotions, let the boy cry, let the boy learn how to cook. You niggas can't boil a hot dog. And you think that y'all are impressed with a woman knowing how to cook. Yeah. I would love for a man to cook for me. I don't want to cook.
Oh, I had a oof.
I just don't want to cook.
I don't mind cooking, but I'm not gonna cook and clean up.
Yeah, yeah, and it's another thing too. Like I do believe in gender roles. Don't get me wrong, but I also feel like there's a lot to be shared in those gender roles. Like if I'm cooking, then you clean up, or if you cook, I clean up. Like you take the trash out, I put a new trash bag in. Like it's very
Right.
partnership like, but I still feel like I'm not taking the trash out. You know what I
Nah, I'm
mean?
not taking
Like
trash out. Like if I gotta cook for a month or whatever, like I don't mind. Like whatever is
yeah,
conducive for the bigger picture, but yeah, I ain't taking out more trash.
yeah.
I'm not going to the gas. Ooh, I can't. Ooh,
And
can't
it's
wait till I ain't
so
gotta go to the gas station.
that's the one thing, baby. If I ain't never got to go to the gas station, that might be my next husband. Cause
And
I
look,
can't stand it.
we talking about men being impressed with women that can cook, and we being impressed with not
I
having to
just
go to the
don't
gas
want to go.
station.
I don't want to
I don't
be,
want to go.
ma'am, can I pump your gas? I don't want. I just don't want to deal with that. I don't want to stop and go. And even okay, let's say it wasn't the
Ugh.
gas station. It's just things that are pet peeves to me, or things that I just don't want. I don't like going grocery shopping either.
Me neither.
So like if we
Ugh.
figure that out, like that's teamwork.
It is. And I'm pretty sure the things that you have on your list that I can lighten the load on,
Yeah.
like, let's do that.
Yeah. If you don't like folding clothes, or if you don't like
Well, that shit
washing,
ain't gonna be
I love
done.
washing, but I don't like folding.
Me
So most people don't like folding. So hopefully, somebody likes folding clothes.
But we can
But
compromise.
I'll wash, you fold.
Man, you fuck me
Or
good
if we
you pay
both
me
don't
good.
like folding clothes, we'll fold together. Because it's now we're spending quality time together. We're doing something other than just sitting there folding clothes.
Or we can get a maid that comes in and we can let her do all
Or
of
we
this
can do
stuff.
that too.
You know, let's not make life hard. We are on this rock for a short time. Let's not stress out about this type of stuff. Stop asking the motherfucker what they bring to the table and try to make the table bigger. How can we do that? Is that a thing? Is that a thing?
I don't know.
Salty. Just salty. You want somebody to, ooh. I don't know. Help. Maybe some of the guys can help me understand. We're not trying to bash y'all. We love y'all. We just trying to understand y'all because this is a new wave of niggas. The old way of thinking, like for real, I really think that is all the way extinct now.
Well, I won't say extinct, but that's because I think my man is probably 15 years older than me.
You wanna? So what do you think when you're 60 and he's 75?
I can't worry about that.
No, but you can though.
No, I can't. I can't worry about that.
What,
I might not make the 60. He might not make the 67.
very true, but
know.
like, what you seem like the type of woman who's gonna preserve herself,
Okay.
and keep herself up. And
Okay.
when you're 60, I can see you dropping it like it's hot and picking it up like it's warm.
Okay.
But if I come over,
Well,
if
I
I
think
come,
once everybody past 50, we all the same age.
don't know. these new mamas, our mamas, all this stuff, they be gone. They will go. They will get up and go.
Okay, but why you feel like our generation of 75-year-old men won't do the same thing?
Men ain't preserving themselves now. These niggas got pot belly. They losing their hair, which, of course, could be genetics, and it also could be those perks and that other stuff that you put in your damn body that's aging your ass like a damn banana. That's what it could be. Y'all need to slow down because I heard a bitch say, you know how in the Christian whatever, thank God I don't look like what I've been through. She said, you motherfucking, you
look like
bitches
what you've been through.
look like hell. You look like hell, and now y'all want to get 45, and now y'all want to commit with this hard beer belly, the hard kind where it's like disease in your gut.
Yeah.
It's not flabby. You gotta probably need to get a BBL, a tummy tuck just to fix this shit. And now y'all want to. These niggas don't preserve themselves. So what you gonna do when? Oh, what if you have a spike of libido and you just wanna? Oh my goodness, you just wanna ram Johnny. Johnny.
But what if your man not black?
Huh? Oh. I'm headed that way. I don't discriminate. We all the same color in the dark. I don't care.
In the dark.
I don't care nothing. I've never cared about, I've never, and this is one of my messed up things, like seeing interracial couples and stuff like that. I don't mind seeing. I love interracial couples. I just don't like when black men say that they don't like black women.
Yeah.
Like if it's a preference or something like that, like if you like white, I love that, but saying, but degrading black women and all we are, and your mama looks like Aunt Jemima and all of this other stuff like this, but you don't like a black woman, and it's like, I just don't like that.
Yeah.
But I've never cared about that.
Yeah.
If you brought a white man home, what would your family and friends say?
I've thought about that because I dated a white guy, but
You did have a
Yeah.
little cream in your coffee.
I
How was that?
um
Do tell, pray tell.
it was normal because he listened to R&B. Like he would send me like playlists on Apple Music, and it would be like all types of like R&B songs, like old school, like 90s R&B. Like he knew all these songs.
So he was a wigger.
I mean, I guess that's what you call it. I mean, but he was from like up north, so it was like he was a real white guy, but he just was cultured. Like,
Did he have that swag, like a certain swag, or it was still like just white boy swag?
it was white boy swag, but it still was like not too far off where it was like, you know what I would like if I was to find like a country guy, a country white guy, but there's knew a little bit of R&B, not necessarily dressed like he was black or acted like he was black, but just had an idea of like culture. Like that's what I said, the guy was cultured.
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't grow up around black people, but he moved to different places. He just kind of got it,
Gotcha.
You just have to have it.
Yeah.
And, I wouldn't be opposed to somebody that's like country white guy as long as they didn't make me feel like they was being racist and their family didn't make me feel like they was being racist. I wouldn't have a problem with it.
That's true. I don't even care about the family.
Yeah, and now I did think when I was dating him, I was like, what my family thinks? So I did ask my mom. I said, what would you say if I was dating a white guy? She was like, I wouldn't care. But she grew up around white people where she's from. She like that's all. Her friends were white. Like that's she was just like, you just got to be just as careful as you do with black men. Like you just you just never know when somebody's out to do you harm, whether they black, white, Middle East. Now Middle Eastern, I might want to try Middle Eastern. Now.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, they can't be like. They got to be American. Like they got to be
Americanized.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm not for the. I'm not talking. I don't drive. I don't have a.
You don't have to put on the little hijab. Muslim. You gonna convert?
No, we're not doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
I do like how people of those descent they're still true to their culture, but they're like, okay, I can make space for something else. Whereas my parents and my grandparents, it was this way or it was no way. So I can appreciate. I love people that. I dated a Nigerian once.
Yeah, I'm not doing that though.
Do not recommend.
I was like, I'm not doing it.
Starve.
They will buy you everything, but it comes with conditions.
Comes with conditions.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah,
I don't know what my dad would say if was to come in the house with somebody. Well, honestly, I do know what he would say. My dad's just like me. You like it, I love it. Like he's not the type of person that's gonna judge anybody. He was like, if you cool, I'm cool.
That's it.
So.
And I think at this age, my folks just, as long as you happy,
yeah,
you can make good decisions for it. That is your life. That is, and that just goes back to kind of like that mama's boy thing. Man, let your people, y'all make space. Make space for your people to make their own decisions and all of this other stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because a white nigga, a black nigga, they all niggas. To me.
What?
Like a nigga still gonna be a nigga, and I'm saying that in fact, like a man is gonna be a man.
Yeah.
So like,
like if you shitty or you a fuckboy, you still gonna be a fuckboy no matter what your race is. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. You probably be thinking white boys are better and all this stuff like that. They'll run circles around Pookie and Ray Ray.
Yeah.
They name just be Josh and.
But I think that they're a little bit more sneaky about doing it too. They ain't as overt as black men are. Black men don't know how to hide when they be in fuckboys.
You think white men do?
I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard. I'm telling you what I know, not what I heard.
They're sneaky.
They could be very sneaky.
Well, they came. Christopher Columbus came over and stole the fucking land.
Up, so please, let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Just saying, they used to steal. They stole 400 years of land. But I love you though.
Oh my God.
That's what y'all ancestors did.
So wait, I was having this conversation. They were saying Christopher Columbus was
a rapist. He was a thief.
His nationality. He wasn't
European. He was
European, but he was like Spanish or French or something like that.
Yeah, he wasn't like, hey, how you doing? Like American, like, no.
Or I always thought he was English.
Me too.
No, he was like Spanish or French or something like that.
He was a thief though. a thief, but y'all celebrate
Shut
that.
up. Let
I'm
it
just
go.
happy to be off in a couple of weeks for Christopher Columbus Day.
Oh, for the Monday Columbus
I
Day.
mean, I'm sorry, it is. Oh, no disrespect to my Indigenous Day.
Oh, now they get. But here's the thing.
I love
I
it.
don't appreciate that they could have gave them a different day. They could have gave them another day, like
Well,
it's their own day.
I think it's correcting the fucked up stuff that
But it's
they've done.
not. It's still on the calendar. You know what it's called? Columbus Day.
But well, you need to get with the. You need to not do that. We need to. You need to
It's
get
called
another
Columbus
calendar.
Day. It's like you got overshadowed by giving them the same day. I think they should have gave them a whole nother day. We got a whole
I think we
month.
need the whole week. Y'all took so much for them. We need the whole week. Y'all took those. You took that land from. I Did you hear that saying like no Indians? I don't think it's an offense, but it's so many things to be politically incorrect these days. So Indians are people from
India, yes.
India, and Native Americans are indigenous people.
Yes.
But saying Native American, can we say like they don't like?
No, they don't want to be called Indian because they're not Indian.
Why we call them? What?
That's what we
did
learned in school.
No, I didn't learn it in school.
You didn't learn
You had
Indians?
pilgrims and you
Pilgrims and Indians.
right. But now Indians are people from India.
They've always been people from India.
No, when I
That's what I'm
call
saying,
up the turkey and the pilgrims and the
Right.
Indians.
But what else had they taught you in school that was wrong? Everything. They don't teach about slavery. They say, "Oh yeah, it was the Mayflower and people came," but they don't teach you anything about that.
Indentured servants.
Yeah, they don't. Everything in history is taught wrong.
But I didn't know that though.
Yeah, Native Americans do not want to be called Indians because they're not Indians. They're Native Americans. I don't even know where the name Indian came from for them.
Either.
Yeah, mind you, majority of us got Indian in us.
I got a little
If we're
Cherokee.
African American, we got everything. Everything mixed in.
I'm a little Indian too.
Native American.
Native, indigenous.
Okay.
I'm a little indigenous.
Yeah.
And I just don't want to offend nobody.
That's why I say you can't call them Indians.
I don't want to joke.
Indians are from India.
Cause I really fuck with them. They were oppressed in some ways like us, so I really fuck with them.
Absolutely. They got pushed off their land. They got tricked into selling their land.
Then had to do the Trail of Tears, and so many people died when they kicked them off of the stolen land that they came in. But we're not gonna go down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, don't do that.
We're not gonna go down because that's not.
There's still a lot of Native American like areas like in New Mexico and stuff like that where they still have their little areas that they stay
Their
in.
reservations.
Reservoir.
Okay.
Is it reservation? Is it a reservation? We probably should look it up before
If
we
y'all
say it.
can,
It's a reservation.
It's some.
Okay, yeah.
a
So yeah, they have their reservations that they live on, which is where the Trail of Tears were. They had to
Right.
walk through Oklahoma. Yeah, but
And did you know
they
that
kind of
most
got moved out into the west, which is why they all lived.
Gotcha. And you know they own casinos.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the reservation on their land, they're usually by, casinos have to be by bodies of water or something like
wow.
that. And a lot of them are ran, and I love to hear that. A lot
Yeah,
of them
that's
are.
nice.
It sure is. They got their land back. It's certain. It does not matter if U.S. whatever try to say we want to build. They cannot touch their land.
Yeah.
I wish we can get some type of reparation.
Yeah, because I think about,
So don't
pay
have to
taxes.
pay taxes.
But you know what I think about? There's a lot of times when you listen to like your family's history, and you be like, well, yeah, my great granddaddy owned all this land, but then they tricked him out of selling
Yep.
his land, and
Sure
it's like
did.
now my family don't have this land no more. That happened to me. My family's from Jackson. We got tricked out of our land that we used to have in Jackson. Mind you, eventually over the years we probably would have ended up selling it because it's like who's living there, but. It's still, black people had land.
You would have had the option to sell it and
Yeah.
get way more money
Yeah.
or do whatever you.
Even in Mississippi now, like my dad got some land in Mississippi. Like black people had land, especially like if your whole family lived in the same little area,
Yeah.
like you owned all that land and you got
Yeah.
tricked into selling it, for less than what it was worth. But the Native Americans were smart. They kept their land. Well, we got casinos on it now.
And man, and
Right, but
That's why they have so much now, because the federal government has,
they give it back. But why didn't that happen for us?
right.
because they don't give a damn about us, and
Yeah.
we got too many people, too many of us
Sure is because Mima and Pop Pop will leave the house. You niggas won't pay it's paid off, got the land, the lot beside it, they own it too, and y'all won't pay the property taxes over it, or when they die, y'all fight so much that y'all can't even.
Back to our crabs in a barrel episode.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
But do you think too that it's a little bit about how much we were taught and things that we're ignorant about? Like we don't know how to go back in and like get tax breaks and and stuff like that. So I try to keep abreast of like little things that's going on now. Like me and my dad talk about a lot, like independent, like universal life policies and stuff like that. How you can get the cash out of it, and like we try to we send each other videos and stuff back and forth to try to understand like everything that's going on, how the wealth stay wealthy or the rich stay rich. He sent me Rich Dad Poor Dad years ago.
Yes,
like years ago.
I was yeah.
So it's just our mentality. We also, for one, we haven't wanted to learn anything because they kept it away from us for so long. So now we're at this point. Like I think about when slaves, like they told them they couldn't read the Bible. What they do? They went to go read the Bible.
They learned how to read.
You passed that along, but you didn't pass along like how to make money and how to get tax breaks and how to all that kind of stuff. It's like you pass along jumping the broom. But you didn't pass along, like how do we keep our, generations alive?
Yeah.
That's really not a fair assessment.
Okay.
How is it not a fair assessment?
Because until now, we just now started having first generation business owners, first generation homeowners.
Right.
Back in the day, and unfortunately, everybody, just like you mentioned about your area down in Jackson, who wants to live there?
Right.
And nobody goes back. Like I got land in Arkansas. I will never go back and live there.
Right.
But do you still have ownership over it, and you can still
sell it.
Right.
I'm not gonna sell it.
And don't get me wrong, they're usually not in places where you even put a business. Like, but here's the thing: when the land was getting sold, it was getting sold for a tenth of what it could have been sold for. You see what I'm saying? Like they were tricking you out of the land, selling it for less than what you could have got it for. Whereas you could have took that money and you could have built generational wealth off that. So
Always a white man that will befriend the black.
exactly, that's why I tell you. I said they sneaky. They know exactly what to do.
They do.
They know what to do.
They do.
But to your statement about how it's an unfair assessment. It's because we didn't try to learn more. We didn't try to go out and learn these things because you think that they didn't learn how to get tax breaks and how to get these. Them the ones that's putting it out on the internet now, and where we supposed to be learning, we scrolling past the videos. We like, oh, this sound like a crock of shit. This sound like a scam, but this and the other. And it's like, no, they really like teaching you how to get up in the world because everything is checks and balances. Everything in this world is checks and balances.
That's true.
There's a way around everything.
Being a business owner.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Everything I've learned now has come from me being a business owner. Everything. And like I said, yeah, my dad used to send me like Rich Dad Poor Dad, but I was like, I'm not reading this book. Like I don't got time for this. I don't feel like that. But now I go back and read it. Or he's written a lot of books. It's Robert Kiyosaki. Like he's written so many things. He's doing something now where it's like, I don't remember what it was. I just ran across another video, but that's another thing. What you look at is what comes across your feed. So if you're not looking at things talking about wealth and generational wealth and tax write-offs and I'm not talking about put your kids on your taxes. Like we ain't talking about shit where you like, where you kind of, finagle the system. We talking about real shit that actually happens.
Right.
You scrolling past those videos. Because it's just not in us. It's not trained in us. It's like, well, shoot, they scamming us.
Yeah.
All we know is scammers.
And and it's getting that season if somebody boosting in Macy's and stuff inbox. No, but
Inbox me.
Inbox. You know how it handles. But no, like you said, you put something and you want us to know something, want to keep something away from us. Put it in a book. But like you said, with all the access and the exposure and stuff that we got now, I do hope that people, you know what I'm saying, that we will want to do
even
better.
if it starts with our generation or the generation behind us. I really feel like the generation behind us is going to be the ones that completely flip the script because they're into, if you ain't paying me $101,000 and I'm making $100 on this job, I'm leaving. I'm leaving for $1,000 more. And I really feel like they're going to be the ones that are going to be like, they're going to completely change the rest of the generations when it comes to money. Like they're gonna completely change it.
I do think that they're gonna change the workforce.
Yeah, and that's why people, Gen Z or not Gen Z, Gen X, and people before us, before millennials, they're like these damn Gen Z, they weird as fuck. Yeah, they are. But what I tell you what, they ain't settling for less.
They sure ain't.
They're not staying at the job because it was nice to retire and get a pension. Pensions don't exist no more. Why are we staying at these jobs for 20, 30, 40 years?
We got mental health days now. Y'all niggas are mad. When we first got into the workforce, you had sick day, you had a personal day, and you had PTO. Some of these corporations, you got two mental health days, and then also what else is it? Oh my goodness, it'll come to me. But yeah, they not playing.
But even now at my job, like it's at my manager's discretion whether I get an unexcused absence for what I got going on.
Girl, you need a doctor's note or something?
No, it ain't a doctor's note. It's my grandma died and her funeral's tomorrow. And I got to text my manager and say, like, I really need to call out for this trip. I may not have, I get 3 call outs in 1 year. Three total in 1 year.
In a month.
3 in 1 year. And I got to tell my manager, hey, my grandma just died. Can I get an unexcused for this? And it's their discretion.
That's what I was, so they're thinking about pushing down the 40-hour work week. Have you seen that?
To what, like?
I think 32 hours, but that's still a 4-day work week, which will give you a bit of a balance, 3 days
If
on.
I worked 14s, I wouldn't mind that. I would never go back to a 9 to 5 because I would never work 5 days a week again.
Girl,
if I could do 14s, I probably would actually think about going back to like, a regular, but I can't. It's like you got to take a sick day to go to a doctor's appointment.
Yep.
Or a personal day to go to a doctor's appointment.
Yep.
No.
Yep.
My schedule is way too flexible for me right now to even think about working a 9 to 5 again.
And that's all you want. And I think we all are seeing now that we place so much value now in time.
Absolutely.
Like we want money because it affords us freedom to go out, to have these lavish dinners, to travel the world, to spend more time with family, to spend more time with ourselves and our mental health and all this other stuff like this. And it's like, yeah.
But I mean, did COVID not teach us that?
COVID did teach us that.
COVID taught us a lot about time is money. If you spending so much time and you on a $60,000 job and you working 5 days a week, and then they want you to go home and finish this assignment because it needed to be done at 9 a.m. and you didn't get it done, where's the money for that?
Exactly. Modern day slavery.
Yeah, I'm like, no. If I pick up a trip and it ain't making me as much money as I can make at the hospital, that shit is getting dropped and I'm going to the hospital.
Right.
Like I'm juggling at all times. Like I'm not gonna spend more time making less money. It's not gonna work out for me.
Right. That's true. Whew.
This went from
we went around the world a
lot. This
we went to Christopher Columbus, to Africa, to the Europe. It's like just a continental express episode today. I think we talked about women, men, bitches, bitch ass niggas.
Oh my gosh!
I like this. We just everywhere. Just yes. This episode, we've got something for everybody.
Yeah, it's something for everybody. And we hope that nobody's offended by anything that we said. I think we always try to do things with tact because that's me. Like,
yes.
That's my motto. It's like always do things with tact, but I think we still should be true to ourselves and what our opinion is. Without hurting anybody's feelings, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. Like I said, this is our platform, and we can say what we want to say.
We can say what we want to say.
So it's not a matter of I'm commenting on somebody's Facebook post like I don't like what you said. That's not your place. Like that's their Facebook post.
And we never, if you listen, because a lot of people, they filter in some of the stuff that we say. You can't put your ego and your offensiveness and whatever your beliefs are, put that to the back burner because I'd rather for it to be like, hey, I don't agree with this. Let's make this a teachable moment.
Talk about it.
Or let's talk about it. Because like you said, we hold ourselves to a high standards. And, this podcast is not, we have to be very careful with the things that we say because we are caring people and we do care about each other. But we are also very unapologetic in the sense where if we say something,
I said what I said.
I said what I said. That's our feelings. That doesn't mean that if I say I like red, that does not mean blue is bad.
There we go.
We just have to do that because some of you bitches from TikTok and all this stuff be trying to ban a bitch, and we don't want to do that. So like we said, we got something for everybody, but we gonna say what we want to say, and you can make your own podcast if you want to do and say what you.
And you could just comment. Like we love comments, but it's you don't have to like hit the ban button or the harassment button or the whatever the button is. Like we are. You probably, I mean, if you watch long enough, you could tell that we're very open to conversation. We have no problem with somebody disagreeing with what we say. Like,
and there may be some things that I may be ignorant on.
Exactly.
Enlighten me. Don't scrutinize me. And if you feel like, feel like I offended you,
say it.
Yeah,
and we can.
that.
And I will be the first one to apologize.
Be the first one to apologize, or be the first one to tell you fuck you. Either way, but and it's gonna be a fuck you out of love, because I'm like, okay, hold on now. But no, we, like you said, you want some Taco Bell?
Absolutely. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Want that number 9 in Mexican pizza?
Not you know the numbers though.
I know what it's gonna be with tax.
Oh my gosh.
So yeah, let's wrap so we can go and get our what is it, 4th meal?
The 4th meal. We love you guys for watching. Make sure you tune in next week for another episode of Misunderstood the Podcast. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye.
This is the Spotlight Podcast Network.